Hey guys, it's Brandon. I've got some viral videos going crazy. I've had almost 1 million people watch videos in the past 48 hours. My name is Brandon. I run Investment Joy. Please like and watch every single video I have. Just as a quick reminder to all the new people, I own 140 rentals, 3 laundromats. My dad had a heart attack when I was 18 years old. I had to go work at a warehouse for a few years. Got a real estate license, sold real estate. And that led me to this phase where I've got a YouTube channel, investments, all this crazy stuff. And I've done it without inheriting money. In fact, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I buy real estate really cheap off people that inherit it, and then they trash it, and then they do a terrible job of getting their parents' money. So anyway, I have had so many people since I've done this YouTube stuff ask me, Brandon, I don't have a lot of skills right now. I don't have a lot of money right now. What could I do to make some quick cash that could lead me to a career in the future, or is something sustainable? And I meet people that do insane businesses, a lot of them 6 figures a year, doing stuff that you would never even imagine. So that's what this video is about, all these different career paths, and I'm going to put my thoughts about them in more details below in the comments section. You can also get on our Discord that way. We are almost to 6,000 people on the Discord. One of these things on the list they're helping me with now, it's insane. Okay, so number one, you make money hauling trash. I just, probably an hour and a half ago, wrote a guy a check for $795 to haul trash for me out of 2 rentals that I have, or actually a garage rental and a house rental. He took 3 trailer loads with my dumpster to the city, or the municipal garbage dump. I paid him $795. His cost of goods on that was only $65 for 3 loads. So he made, $600 in one day hauling trash for me. There's so much money in trash and garbage, whether it's being on the side of organizing somebody's trash and organizing their house, hauling trash, getting rid of crap. You can combine this with dumpster diving. I've met some people that do dumpster diving that make 6 freaking figures a year dumpster diving. Hauling trash, people always have trash, and people don't want to deal with trash. And if I promise you can deal with trash. I have dealt with taking spoons and needles and all sorts of crazy stuff out of rentals where I've been the one to do it. I'm not too proud for that. And if you want to do well, you shouldn't be too proud to do that type of stuff either. Number 2, tree trimming and arborism. Depending on the area you live, a lot of municipalities don't require a license for that at all. Story time, I met a guy that lived in New Albany, Ohio. And it's crazy because he went and bought a house in New Albany. He lived in New Albany and bought a house in Worthington, Ohio, or he lived in Worthington, bought a house in New Albany, and he told the agent that he was going to buy it for cash. And usually when you say, I have a cash real estate transaction, it means you're going to buy a cashier's check and bring it to closing. And it was for a $400,000 plus house. And when he came to the closing table, he took 2 gigantic jars of money to closing, and they said, what is this? And he said, well, I'm buying the house for cash. And it was wads of 20s, 50s, and 100s, $400,000 cash. And believe it or not, you can't buy a house with cash like that. It's like this total crazy thing. They had to call an armored car service like Brinks or Garda. They had to call an off-duty sheriff's officer in Franklin County to come and help escort it under multiple armed guards because he had $400K in cash. He bought the house, and they said, what on earth how did you get all this money? And his response was, well, I trim trees. And there was nothing nefarious or illegal. He was just a really good tree trimmer. And I've met some people here recently that make between $150,000 and $250,000 hustling their butt off trimming trees as an arborist. Number 3 is pest control. In the state of Ohio, getting your pest control license is not hard. And I hate to break it to a lot of people, when they use chemicals, like specifically chemical pest treatment, I meet people that charge a person $600 for one treatment or a 2-cycle treatment. They're buying the pest control supplies off of Amazon for $50, enough to treat 20 or 30 houses, and they're marking it up 15 times. Crazy amounts of money in pest control. I know a multi-millionaire here in town. If you know where I live and you think the big pest control company, all their money, it's a multi-million-dollar company, was made in pest control, treating for bed bugs and cockroaches and stuff like that. It's a dirty job. It sucks. You might have to crawl into crawl spaces with spiders and stuff, but you can make crazy amounts of money. And once again, are you too proud to work hard and get dirty, or you want money and wealth and investments and stuff like that? It's a great segue if you want to be a landlord too. It helps you in the future, in my opinion. Number 4 is running a laundry service. And I'm not talking about buying a laundromat. I'm talking about buying a laundry service. And I'm actually in the process of trying to hire somebody for this, partnering with a laundromat where you come in and you do contracted laundry services. You can do it for hotels. You can do it for apartment complexes, anything like that, and being a middle source provider, meaning you go to a laundromat, ask to use their equipment for a third of the price during non-peak hours, and I would take anybody up on this, I promise you. So what you do is you find people that have dirty laundry and they're too tired and rich and they've got all the money in the world where they don't want to do their laundry anymore. And you say, I'll do your laundry for $20 a load or $25 a load. You take it to the laundromat and you do the laundry for $2 a load. And there's a margin that you can collect and you can make $15, $20 a load. Now, you might think, well, that's stupid, but guess what? The laundromat that you guys watch the videos on, it's 1,000 square feet. I kid you not. I met a man in New York City who runs a laundromat the same size as my laundromat here in town in Ohio. He makes $2.9 million a year in a laundromat the same size as mine. And I actually asked for a copy of his books, and he was, I kid you not, making $1.5 million a year doing other people's dirty laundry. Now, would you guys be willing to do that? Now, that's his gross revenue. His margin was still, I want to say, in the $2 to $250 range a year with one employee doing people's laundry. And you could do that for almost no startup money, enough to run 3 or 4 washers or collect money early. A lot of these things you could essentially get somebody else to pay you to do the first time, and you could get your startup money for it. Number 5 is detailing a car. I've known multiple people to do this. It's an easy way to make $35 to $50 an hour. You can start off shampooing and doing the crappy little stuff, and as time goes on, get your steamers, get your better equipment. I've met several very wealthy people that started off detailing. There's a guy in my town, if my understanding is right, he started detailing cars, and he now owns a couple, not one, a couple Ford GTs, and he got his start detailing cars, and he hustled his freaking butt off. Go figure. Next one's gutter cleaning. I would pay somebody $200 to do this on my house right now. But I've talked to some people. What's their side hustle? It's not their main hustle. It's how do they make $100 an hour a couple times a week? Gutter cleaning. They go and they hand scoop freaking crap out of gutters. And they make good money on it. And sometimes, you need a little side hustle, some money that you can make on the side after you get done with your W-2 job, working at the store or the warehouse or whatever, and taking that side hustle money, investing it in a main business venture, or putting it in mutual funds, stocks, ETFs, things like that. The next one's moving stuff. Holy crap, being a hired hand. I've got several people I'm hiring right now as hired contractual hands, showing up, getting stuff done, moving things around, pulling furniture out of a trailer or whatever. I pay people $20, $25 and they still don't show up on time. So if I pay $25 in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, if you're in a large metropolitan area, and you're willing to hustle and show up on time and be reliable, there's no reason you can't make $35 to $50 an hour. Next one's mowing lawns. I had a friend at 17 years old. He started a lawn mowing company. Now, this does have startup money. I've met people that have borrowed all their equipment to start up. They negotiated in a deal. I will mow your yard for free for the year if you let me have your riding lawnmower. Or I'll mow your yard for a year if you let me have your equipment, your weed eater, stuff like that. They negotiated themselves into all the free equipment. My friend, he was actually my neighbor growing up. He made $45,000 his first year mowing grocery stores and commercial yards. He had people on monthly or weekly contracts making $350 to $500 a month per location, made $45K his first year of operation. And he did what any, self-respecting entrepreneur would do. He sold everything the next year because he didn't like it and didn't think it was clean work. He wanted to get into something else. And then he got into computers, which was a really good job. Yeah, it's not that exciting. But he made $45K his first year. Hot summer job, but $100 an hour. Once again, are you too proud to mow a yard for $100 an hour or $50 an hour or $35 an hour? If you hustle and work hard, learn to market, learn to negotiate, you can make that money. I promise. The next one is really silly. But I know somebody that has an almost $1 million business in rural Ohio. When I say $1 million business, I mean the total valuation for the company. They make between $150 and $350 a year net proceeds doing a dog grooming business with dog walking business. The startup costs are a freaking pair of scissors and some business cards, and they're really good with pets. They walk pets, they groom pets, and they started off this little business dealing with animals, grooming, and it turned into dog boarding. They are 3 weeks out if you want to have your animal taken care of. They are that busy. In my town of 13,000 people outside Columbus, Ohio, I am not in a big fancy location. Our median income per household is only about $42,000 to $45,000, and they're making 6 figures a year. The lady that started it now has 5 or 6 people working under her. It's crazy. You can make money dog walking. I know people making money off dog walking and dog grooming. I know people that combine them. I know people that have separate businesses. And in all the cases that I know, and I've kind of dug around and looked at their sales, 6 figures. And there's very minimal startup costs. The thing is, though, they hustled and they marketed the crap, and they were very good. They got very good at what they did. The next one is the last one. If you see in this, there's some green things. One of the guys in my Discord found out that I don't have home internet, which is crazy. My neighbors on one side have home internet. The other side has fiber. But I don't have internet at my house. I use a freaking cell phone when I want to get on the internet at night. And he said, why don't you just set up a WISP? And I said, a WISP? I said, it will cost me $2,000 to set up a WISP to have internet go from my office in town to my house. And he said, no, it doesn't. Here's the part on Amazon. And we've got Ubiquity equipment at my office and my house right now. And we're setting up masts to run wireless internet. And he told me, and I talked to a couple other people that do this, and they make $1,000 per location setting up towers. And I mean, that's an IT kind of thing. Yes, there's some startup costs. I know a guy that has a business now, and he's grown it into $35K a month business setting up wireless home internet connections. And that's something that you don't need tons of licenses for. There's a way to do it with licenses, and there's a way to do it without licenses. You do it without licenses by just setting up the equipment rather than doing the actually providing the data services. I'll tell you right now, I would pay somebody a lot of money for either of those. So once again, this is Brandon with Investment Joy. Check the descriptions, and I'll go into a little more detail and some information. I just wanted to get some content out to you guys because of the viral traffic and everything like that. I appreciate every single one of you watching. Join us on the Discord and Instagram. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.